Hey folks on YouTube, AEW All In takes place on August 30th. That's this Sunday. Let's talk about the show. All right, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. That's the main event. Let's start with the main event. So, this match is for the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, they both can go in the ring. They both are great wrestlers in the ring. So I expect this to be a banger. I hope the guys deliver. I just hope they don't be too extra with the kickouts because both Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, sometimes they overdo it, with some of the matches. But like I said, both guys are talented. And then also, speaking of the build up to this match, it's been, I haven't been a fan. I feel like it has been at times a hot mess. I feel like the build up, the promos could have been a lot better. Kenny Omega, he's not good on the mic. And then especially like the last 2 weeks or maybe last 3 weeks, he's just been like with his promos. It's just like, I don't know what are we doing? You're pretending to be a bad guy now. You're changing your voice. You're being too animated. You're just being too extra. So I wasn't a fan of that. And Will Ospreay, I think he has potential to be really good on the mic, but just some of this back and forth, even with Will Ospreay, it wasn't the best. But I hope that these guys deliver. And who's going to win this match? I would think they would give this to Will Ospreay. But you never know with Tony Khan, but I'm going to go with Will Ospreay. The Trios Gauntlet match for the AEW World Trios Championship. Hangman Adam Page and Bandito and Brody King versus the Bang Bang Gang, the Demand, Orange Cassidy and his crew, the Death Riders, the Dogs, maybe a couple other teams, and also Swerve. It looks like Swerve is going to be there with the New Day. We shall see. Will Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods is going by Austin Creed, I believe now. Maybe they will make their debut, and if they do, the New Day and Swerve, they will win the championship. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Monet. That's Willow. And that's for the AEW Women's World Championship. This is another match that I feel like they could really deliver. I feel like Willow should retain her championship, but maybe they will give it to Mercedes. Um, Reports came out a couple days ago that Willow injured her hand. So if that is the case, maybe Mercedes will finally win the AEW Women's World Championship. And speaking of build up, this match right here, Willow versus Mercedes Monet, the build up to this match, I have really enjoyed because Willow really delivered what her promos, and especially that promo from like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever. It was just a really good promo, and Willow just showed that she is really great on the mic, and she was saying how she got injured, and how she finally won the AEW Women's Championship, and she did not give up on herself. She's a great babyface. Mercedes Monet, on the other hand, she's not good on the mic. It seems like she's trying to, she's like a fake actress. That's how she acts. So I've just never, and especially since she's been in AEW, it's more noticeable. I feel like in WWE, maybe I don't know, maybe I was, when I was younger, I didn't realize that she was that bad, but just on the mic, her acting, it's awful. It is awful. That's all I have to say. But I believe that they will deliver, um, in that match. All right, so let's see what is the next match for the tag team championship. Cope and Cage versus the Young Bucks. Cope and Cage, I love those guys. I really enjoy tag team wrestling, and growing up, I was watching Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, the Hardys, the Road Warriors, Harlem Heat, the Hart Foundation, even Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. So I really, so it just brings back, memories and seeing, Cage and Cope at this, at this time in their life, they're still going in the ring, and they are still, I feel like in AEW, those guys, even though they're both what in their 50s, they can still go, and they have not lost a beat at all. I feel like Cage and Cope, they should retain their championship or their titles, but I'm not sure. Maybe they will give the titles to the Young Bucks. But Cope and Cage, they are on another level. The Bucks, I have never been a fan of the Bucks. They do the same. They have the same match over and over. There's like on the mic, they're not really good. Well, they're not good at all on the mic. They're just not convincing. Maybe there's probably like three matches of the Bucks that they had that I enjoyed, but I'm not a fan. I feel like Cope and Cage should retain, but maybe the Young Bucks will get this win to prove that they're the greatest tag team ever, which they're not. But anyway, this other match, this is the men's casino gauntlet match, and the winner will they will get the opportunity to wrestle for the AEW championship in the future. So far we know that MJF is going to be in a match. Chris Jericho, Mark Davis, Andrade, Champa. I'm not sure who's going to win this. You know what? I'm going to go with Andrade or MJF. But maybe MJF will maybe MJF will win this, or maybe they will or maybe they will surprise us. Can't get the words out. We shall see. John Moxley versus Nigel McGuinness. This is the Continental Challenge Cup final, and it's for the AEW Continental Championship. John Moxley will likely retain. I don't like John Moxley. I think he's a horrible wrestler. I don't think he's good at all. Speaking of wrestling the same match after match, John Moxley wrestles the same match back to back. He does that little chopping thing or slapping thing in the ring. He does that, let's go outside of the ring and fight. Let me bite you, let me poke you in your eyes, all that nonsense. So I've just never been a fan of John Moxley. I will say this, he has gotten into better shape. But other than that, John Moxley is just a horrible wrestler. He's going to likely retain, but they should honestly give give the title to Nigel. Give it to Nigel, but it's likely not going to happen. All right, the women's tag team championship match. Megan and Cross versus Windsor and Hayter. Hayter and Windsor, they're going to win. They should win. I really like Hayter, and you know what? Also, Windsor, she's not bad at all. So give them the title. All right. The next match, Falls Count Anywhere for the AEW TNT Championship. Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin. I like Darby Allin. I think he's really good. And also Kevin Knight, the guy is talented. He can move in the ring. And since, now he is a bad guy, I feel like he's really good on the mic, or he's good on the mic. He's becoming more comfortable. And I've been enjoying his promos, and just to see where he is going in AEW, and just the progress he has made. Kevin Knight should win the match, but maybe they will give it to Darby Allin. If you're gonna build a star, have Kevin Knight retain. Keep on building Kevin Knight. Give him another big win over Darby. But maybe they will give us, if AEW or if Tony Khan decides to give us a feel good moment, then Darby Allin will win. So I'm not really sure. This next match, it's a three-way match. It's for the AEW International Championship. Fletcher, Takesha, and Okada. Kyle Fletcher should retain the championship. He's another guy. I really like him. He is really good in the ring. Sometimes he can go a little overboard. Okada, not a fan. I don't think he's a really good worker. I think he's lazy. Takesha, I like Takesha as well. I feel like AEW could have done something with Takesha 2 years ago. He could have, I think when he first joined the Don Callis family, or maybe it was before that, I can't remember. He was, because he started off as a babyface and then he was a villain, and it seemed like he could have been that top. They could have made him into it like a top bad guy in the main event, but they chose not to. They decided to stick him with the Don Callis family, which is not getting anyone over. Maybe Kevin Knight is working for him, but I don't get the Don Callis family. But I feel like this match, I feel like this will be a good match because of Kyle Fletcher and Takesha. Like I said, have Fletcher retain, but maybe they will have Takesha win this. Or maybe Okada, who knows? But we shall see. Please take care. Let me know what are your predictions, and have a good one.
Spear! Spear! Goodness, that's 1, 2, 3! Edge!